I hiked Mount Kilimanjaro at 300 pounds. Here's what I learned. For most people, reaching the top of Mount Kilimanjaro is a once-in-a-lifetime feat. But Kara Richardson Whiteley, author of Gorge, My Journey Up Kilimanjaro at 300 pounds, has summited the mountain twice, and she attempted and failed to reach the top once in between. At first, Whiteley started hiking in an attempt to win her battle with food addiction and binge eating. But soon, she realized that respecting her body was the only thing that would get her to the top. Here's what she learned. 1. You need to respect the challenge. When Whiteley successfully reached the summit the first time, she had lost 120 pounds before attempting the climb. On the second go-round, she had regained the weight, and she didn't train. Wanted so badly to be in the same place as when I lost 120 pounds, like I did with the first climb. But wanting it without doing the work is a recipe for failure, she says. 2. You should love yourself first. When I was approached to hike Kilimanjaro a third time, I had been through a very dark period, says Whiteley, who is now a professional speaker. She was binge-eating on a daily basis and her weight was 300 pounds. Knew that if I was going to take on the mountain one last time, I needed to love myself where I was and go from there, she says. She found a trainer who wanted to help her reach her goal or take her on as a transformation project. And she started examining her struggles with emotional eating. 3. Always bet on yourself. On the third climb, Whiteley learned that the porters, the men who carry a hiker's food, camping gear, and rucksack and guides, were betting against her making it to the top. First, I was able to put it out of my mind, she says. But as Whiteley explains, the mountain teaches you to deal with things head-on. Had to confront the head guide and tell him how I felt about it. That was the only way I could bet on myself, she says. 4. You can persevere without food. On the third climb, Whiteley was on the wrong route, a trek that can take 6 to 7 days. On this route, altitude sickness is common, so it can be dangerous. Summit night had her hiking 15 hours, but she couldn't choose food to hide her emotions. Here was a point where I actually needed sustenance, but I couldn't even eat my frozen Clif Bar. I had to trudge through the hardest part of the mountain without any comfort whatsoever, she says. 5. The mountain can't cure you. Though she'd initially started hiking in the hopes that it would cure her of her food addiction, Whiteley quickly realized that wasn't possible. My relationship with food may always be a struggle for me, but I try to focus on smaller victories, at sea level, that are much more significant, she says. For Whiteley, fighting her addiction may mean seeking professional help with a therapist to learn to process her emotions, or simply trying to stay active with her kids. The mountain wasn't magical, she says. She was in charge of her own recovery.